Hey there! I wanted to show you my garden because it's been about a month since I last took a video of my garden. And you know what? It's a little bit of a failure. I will show it to you. This is my pitiful garden. I messed up. You want to know how I messed up? Because I put too much rabbit poop. Therefore, it burned my plants. Over here, you'll see the remaining radishes. Here are my radishes and a couple pieces of grass. These ones are okay because they didn't have as much manure over here. Then I put a celery stalk right there to see if it'd grow. And it looks happy enough. And over here, I had a whole bunch of Swiss chard. And now I have basically dead Swiss chard, unless that's actually a weed that somehow survived. And then I have an elm tree that decided to grow from some root deep underneath because I picked up most of the roots. Then I put a romaine lettuce there, but my tomato plant is happy enough, so that's good. And all of those crazy weeds are very happy, and hopefully I can get rid of them. But wait, I see some chard growing. Look at this. It's happy enough. And it looks like a squash plant of some sort. I don't know. I threw seeds out here. And over there, I do have a few of the radishes happy over here next to the weeds. I will say I didn't have to weed a whole lot because there's so much death and destruction in my garden. Here is my pile of cantaloupe seeds that are happily growing in their little pile. This one had more, but now it only has one or two growing because the rest died with all of the burning manure. Here's some more that are somehow alive. And over here, this one's really crazy because there were a bunch over here and now there's two, but it looks like they are getting burnt. I don't know. That tomato plant is okay, so that's nice. And then I don't remember what I planted right here, but none of it came up. I think it all died before it came up. Then there's that pepper, which is very unhappy. And then there's that tomato plant, which is somehow hanging on for dear life. It's hanging on. Good job, little guy. Keep up the good work surviving. And then over here, I'm pretty sure I put some pepper seeds in the ground and it looks like they're coming up. So that is exciting. Go pepper seeds. And I think that is a tomato plant that's growing because I think I put some seeds over there too, or a seed. I don't know. Looks like one seed. Then look at my tomato cage protecting nothing because the thing in there died. You can see it. You can see its little dead carcass right there, my poor tomato plant. And then I have a couple of peppers that aren't super happy looking. They're pretty yellow. Another tomato plant. And oh dear, look at that one. Look at that pepper plant. Look at it. It's so sad. And this is a weed, so goodbye weed. And this is a weed too. And there's my pepper plant, all by its lonesome. Leaves withered because it's dying. But look at this. I have no idea why that tomato plant is so happy. It's ridiculous. I guess there wasn't a bunch of rabbit poop over here. But yep, so whatever you do, don't put this much rabbit poop on your garden. This much is too much. Okay? Over here, my watermelon plant is surviving. So it's happy. Good job, watermelon plant. And this pepper plant is doing good. I think it's a jalapeno, even though it's getting crowded out by weeds. I do need to weed. This is silly. And there's these two, which are yellowed. And then that tomato plant, it's also happy. And I have to tell you something funny about my potatoes. My potatoes are looking like a failure because I see one. Look at this. There's my one potato plant. All the other plants over here are not potato plants. They're not potato leaves. So I don't know if they're slow coming up or what, but it's a shame. And I planted something over here, but I'm pretty sure they are not surviving. But actually, I don't really know what that is. That might be something. Hopefully it's something. That would be better than a weed. But my compost pile's really happy because I didn't put rabbit poop on it. And I was thinking about actually taking some of these things, whatever they are. I don't know if they're watermelon or cantaloupe or honeydew. It's something melony or squashy. And I was thinking about planting them in my garden over there after I rake up some of the rabbit poop so it doesn't burn them. Then I have some more of those happy compost pile plants. Good job, little guys. Keep up the good work. Then here's a pumpkin or something. I think it's a pumpkin because that's where I planted the pumpkins. There's another one. I think that's two actually. And then a sunflower and a pumpkin and a sunflower and another pumpkin. So they're doing great. And then this tomato plant, it's happy. And I see a tomato on it. It's called an early bird bush and it's doing great. Good job, early bird bush. Here is my little tomato. Good job, little guy. Okay, then over here, I have a watermelon plant surrounded by a bunch of grass, which came because of these hay bales, and that was a disappointment. The hay bales planted grass all right here for me. Thanks a lot, hay bales. Well, actually, they're not really hay bales. They are actually brome grass bales. So that was my fault. And here's my other watermelon plant, which is thriving. And I know that I planted okra in between here, but I don't think either of those are okra. Those both look like weeds. I think my okra died. Poor okra. And my last little watermelon plant over here. I had one watermelon plant that was in the middle over here and it died. That was a bummer. And over here I have some weeds in between my bales. And look, my cucumber plants they're actually not looking that great. But here they are. Woo. And some more. These ones are looking a little bit better. I actually don't think that these... Oh look, I have another squash plant of some sort. I don't think that these hay bales are doing my favorite job. They're not staying as wet as I hoped that they would. And I probably just did it wrong. Otherwise they're a fail. But my zucchini plants are happy. Look at these. They are happy zucchini plants. And then I failed with this bale over here, except for this one. Look, there's a yellow squash. Come on, yellow squash. Grow me some yellow squash. And I definitely hurt my cabbages, because look, they are no longer here. They used to all have a little bit of cabbage growing in them, but now they're empty, except for this one. Look, that one has a little bit of cabbage left. And then I'm not sure if that green thing is cabbage or not. I'm not thinking it is. But here's some cabbages that have survived. But this one is super dry and I don't know why. I don't know why it's way drier looking than the others. But my butternut squashes are good and my acorn squashes finally popped up. They were really slow to pop up. But they're here now, so yay! And this watermelon plant, I just remembered it's another last watermelon plant. And it is pretty pitiful looking. So I think I'm gonna move it into the ground. That's what I learned from this experiment. Hay bales are not my favorite. The red cabbage actually looks pretty content in them. And my volunteer lettuce is super happy. So yay! Need to eat that before it bolts and gets gross. Then over here, I have a sunflower plant. This is the only one that survived. There were like 4 other ones over here and I marked them. See, look, those are my sticks. Wait, you can't see the sticks. Here are my sticks marking my sunflower plant that is now dead. And there were a couple more sticks over there that marked and they're dead. Then I used to have some basil growing in this ring, but it died because there's too much poop. Then over here I had another herb growing and it died, but I'm pretty sure it's dead. That actually might be something, but I think it's a weed. And then look, my dill is happy. Good job, dill. Way to survive the poop. Too much poop. Then over here, I had onions that were supposed to be growing all around these sticks, and there are none. But I have this crazy vine that grows here like crazy. Yep, it's still happy and growing. And then over here, I have my corn, which I didn't weed very much. I didn't thin it out. Oh, yeah, this was the other sad part. See these sticks over here? Those were marking my broccoli, and they died. My broccoli died. That was a bummer because I saw them and they were coming up and they were happy. But over here, I didn't realize how close my corn was planted to right here. I totally thought I had the 2 rows closer to the other side. It's getting windy now. There's a storm coming. See, there's the storm. It's a brewing. Hopefully it's all right. Okay, well, over here I have my carrots coming up along with some weeds, and somehow they're surviving decently. But here's some more, and I have a whole bunch of volunteer, I don't know if they're volunteer, I think I planted them actually, but here's some squash. I don't know what kind. I just put it in the ground and said I'll be surprised because I wanted a surprise. And I think that one's a pumpkin because I'm pretty sure I put pumpkins in with my corn. And here's another pumpkin. So that was fun to have the pumpkin. And another one over here, right next to the house. Not really the house, but the sidewalk. And my grapevine is pretty happy. I'm pretty ecstatic about it. I need to get a trellis of some sort for it to climb up because it's not really wanting to climb up this post. I guess I have to train it better. Maybe if I tie string around it, that might work. So there's my garden in all of its pitifulness. I figured I would show you an aerial view of my garden, and those 3 little pots over there next to the basketball, those have potatoes in them. But over here I have a cat. Look, I have a cat on my deck. Hi, kitty. Okay, so over here, yeah, you can see everything. There's a cabbage and cucumbers and squash and all the death and the other half of the death section. And buckets everywhere. I had them out to protect from some hail the other day, and there they sit. There they are. And yep, I'm excited still for what is able to grow. Yep, I am. I'm really excited, even though it looks really dumb right now to me. It looks so dumb to me because it was a total fail. Okay, I know it wasn't a total fail, but definitely not what I had planned. I had planned that it would be awesome and growing, and there was just too much nitrogen, apparently. Too much rabbit poop. If you're gonna go buy rabbit poop to fertilize your garden, don't put too much of it in one spot or in all of it. I definitely regret buying poop. Okay, that's what I regret. And I wish that I did not put it everywhere. It would have been better not to have put it everywhere. Maybe just a little bit here and there and saved some for next year. But now, I mean, maybe it'll be good for next year. But that's my lesson. My lesson is to not put too much rabbit poop in a garden. Lesson learned. Yep. I hope you have a wonderful day.